ever had something important to do, but told yourself, I'll do it tomorrow? And then tomorrow came, and somehow you said it again? This is the story of a little hedgehog who had big dreams, wonderful plans, and one very favourite word: tomorrow. Deep inside the emerald forest, where wildflowers grew between the roots of ancient trees, lived a little hedgehog named Miri. Miri was cheerful. Miri was curious. And Miri had more ideas than she knew what to do with. Beside her bed was a little green notebook. On the front, in big letters, she had written, "Big Plans." Every time Miri thought of something she wanted to do, she wrote it down. Gather berries. Clean my burrow. Finish my little garden. Return Sola's storybook. Visit the hill before sunset. Her notebook was getting very full. There was just one problem. Miri was very good at making plans, but not very good at starting them. One bright morning, Miri stepped outside her burrow. The sun was shining. Birds were singing. It was the perfect morning to work on her little garden. Miri looked at the empty patch of soil beside her door. I should plant my flower seeds today, she said. She picked up her tiny shovel. Then she noticed a fluffy cloud drifting across the sky. Oh, Miri lay down in the grass. That cloud looks exactly like a berry pie. She watched another cloud float past. And that one looks like a rabbit wearing a hat. Miri giggled. Soon the morning was almost gone. She looked at the shovel beside her. She smiled. I'll plant the seeds tomorrow. And back into the notebook they went. The next day, Miri remembered the berries she had promised to gather. She picked up her basket and headed toward the berry bushes. But on the way, she found her friend Sola sitting beneath a tree. Miri, Sola called. Did you finish the book I lent you? Miri froze. The book. She had meant to finish it 3 days ago. Not yet, Miri said, but I'll definitely finish it tonight. Sola smiled. All right, I can collect it tomorrow. Miri continued toward the berry bushes. Then she spotted a patch of soft moss. It looked very comfortable. I'll just sit for 1 tiny minute. Miri sat. Then she stretched. Then she leaned back. Then snore. When Miri opened her eyes, the sky was turning orange. She jumped up. My berries! The basket was still empty. Miri looked toward the bushes, then toward home. Oh well, she said, tomorrow. Days passed, and Miri's favourite answer followed her everywhere. Miri, are you going to tidy your burrow? Tomorrow. Miri, are you going to return Sola's book? Tomorrow. Miri, what about your garden? Tomorrow. Sometimes Miri said it so quickly she barely thought about it. Tomorrow felt wonderful. Tomorrow had plenty of time. Tomorrow was never tired. Tomorrow never had anything else to do. At least, That was how Miri imagined it. One afternoon, Miri heard excited voices outside. Animals were hurrying through the forest, carrying baskets, blankets, and little lanterns. Miri hurried outside. "Where is everyone going?" "To Sunset Hill," called a young rabbit. "The golden fireflowers are blooming tonight." Miri's eyes widened. The golden fireflowers bloomed only once each year. Just as the sun disappeared behind the hills, hundreds of tiny golden flowers opened together, covering Sunset Hill in shimmering light. Miri had wanted to see them for as long as she could remember. "This year," she whispered, "I'm going." She rushed inside, but her burrow was a mess. Her little travel bag was buried beneath a pile of things she had meant to put away. Her lantern had no candle. Her scarf needed mending, and the snack basket she planned to fill with berries was completely empty. Miri looked around. Oh, for the first time, all those little tomorrows were sitting right in front of her. She began searching for her bag, then her lantern, then her basket, then her scarf. By the time Miri was finally ready, the forest had grown quiet. She raced towards Sunset Hill. Her tiny feet hurried along the path. "Wait for me!" She climbed faster and faster until at last, panting, she reached the top. But everyone was already walking home. The child was dark. The golden fireflowers had closed. Miri stopped. She looked across the empty hillside. Did I miss them?" Sola walked over quietly. They were closing, Miri. Miri's little shoulders dropped. "Will they open again tomorrow?" Sola looked at her gently. "Not tomorrow. Miri weeks. Next year." Miri stared at the closed flowers. For once, tomorrow couldn't fix it. That evening, Miri walked home slowly. She didn't open her big plans notebook. She didn't make another list. She simply sat outside her burrow and watched the moonrise. "I really wanted to see those flowers," she whispered. Then Miri looked around, at the empty garden, at the basket without berries, at Sola's book still sitting beside her door, at all the little things she had pushed into tomorrow. Miri had always thought tomorrow meant there was more time, but now she understood something. Sometimes tomorrow comes, and sometimes the moment you wanted is already gone. Miri looked down at her paws. "I wish I had started sooner." Then she became very quiet. After a while she stood up. She picked up Sola's book. Her old habit whispered, "You can return it tomorrow." Miri stopped. She looked at the book, then toward Sola's burrow. "No," she said softly. "I can do one thing today." Miri walked through the forest and knocked on Sola's door. Sola opened it. "Miri?" Miri held out the book. "I came to return this." Sola smiled. "Tonight?" Miri smiled back. "Tonight." And something strange happened. It felt good. Not enormous, not magical, just good. One small thing was finished. When Miri returned home, she saw the little shovel beside her empty garden. She looked at the moon. It was getting late. "I can't plant the whole garden tonight," she said. Then she thought for a moment. "But maybe I don't have to." Miri dug one tiny hole. She placed one little seed inside. She covered it carefully with soil. Then she smiled. One today. The next morning, Miri opened her big plans notebook. For a moment, she almost wrote another long list. Instead, she chose just one thing: gather berries. She picked up her basket, and before a cloud could distract her, before the soft moss could tempt her, before tomorrow could sneak out of her mouth, Miri walked straight to the berry bushes. When she returned, her basket was full. Miri stared at it proudly. "I did it!" The next day, she planted another seed, then another. She tidied one corner of her burrow. She repaired her lantern. Little by little, Miri's plans stopped living only inside her notebook. They began appearing in her life. Miri still loved dreaming. She still made big plans. And yes, every once in a while someone would ask, "Miri, are you going to do that today?" Miri would open her mouth. "Tomorrow," she would stop. Everyone would look at her. Miri would look at everyone. Then she'd laugh. Okay, I'll start now." And the forest would fill with laughter. Weeks later, Miri stepped outside her burrow one morning. Something pink was growing beside her door. Miri gasped. The first seed she had planted that night had become a tiny flower. She knelt beside it. All that beauty, from one little thing she almost left for tomorrow. Miri smiled. She finally understood. Big dreams don't always need big beginnings. Sometimes they begin with one tiny step, one little seed, one small decision. Today. And from then on, whenever tomorrow seemed easier, Miri remembered the little flower beside her door. Because tomorrow would always have its place. But some beautiful things were waiting for her to begin today. If Miri's story warmed your heart, remember, you don't have to do everything today. Just take one little step. And as always, keep your heart glowing.